Alright, now the last video file shut itself off because I ran out of memory. So what am I gonna do? Basically I was just telling you, I want you to understand something. My name is Leslie Williams. If any incident at any time ever happens on the University of San Diego campus, I want everybody to know it today that it was not brought about by me. What they do is they use students, they'll use anybody from any employee that is employed on the University of San Diego campus they will use, because they got to make it look like what they're going to do to me to make it look like they have a reason to ban me is legitimate. They did the same exact thing over at U of M. So they're going to eventually want to ban me. Why? Because I'm making blogs and YouTubes about what's happening towards me over there. And since what's happening towards me is extremely criminal, do you really think that they want... See, I go over there to use their computers for the blogs and the YouTubes. And since the blogs and the YouTubes are a major part of it is what I'm experiencing over there, do you really think that they want me to continue to have internet availability to expose what's happening to me? Because what I'm experiencing is not just a result of what's happening to me over at the university. What is happening to me is happening to me along all of my routes. They're being extremely, ever since the MTS thing that happened on October 10th, 2011, what they're doing now is what they're doing now is that it's already been exposed online about the University of San Diego, as far as blogs go, and now the YouTubes are coming out, okay? And it's been exposed about the MTS thing, the altered video, the physical attack that happened, and how it was predicted 9.5 days before on an email file. An email file they went in and erased, and if I hadn't copied it and pasted it to USB drive, I still wouldn't have it to this day, and I also printed it out. So, who intercepted my emails? Who's been intercepting all my emails? Okay? Who went in as of right now, I only know of three Gmail accounts, and erased all email files from July 20th till October 10th, the day of the assault. So understand this, what they're doing now, it's getting heated for them, because they can't control what's on YouTube, unless they go in and erase my YouTubes. If they do that, well then it'll be really obvious. At least it will be to me. Because right now I have no help, so, you know, if they erase YouTube videos, who am I going to prove it to? I'll just have to make more. But here's the thing. Understand something. I don't do these things that are being perpetrated towards me along my routes over at the University of San Diego. Why would I be making these things up? The average normal person, and I am normal. I'm more normal than they are. than they are by a long shot. Let me show you something. Before I continue talking about that, this comes from www.gangstalking.com. It's called the Indigo Ribbon. Right on the ribbon says targeted individuals. Indigo Ribbon. It says to whom it may concern. This right here, this web address that's right there, and you can copy it down, literally, and then this stuff right here that's on the same web page, right here, okay, right here, these are web pages, whole technology, describes the technology that they also have. And in this technology talks about sexual stimulation. They literally sexually stimulated me in September over at the University of San Diego, while putting people that are extremely sexually provocative sitting next to me and flaunting themselves sexually around me. So while I was being neurally sexually stimulated, Connie Marshall talks about that in her YouTube videos, and it's all over the internet that GangStalking targets are sexually stimulated. Why did they do that? Well, let me just put it to you this way. If you got somebody isolated from all social relationships, which is what they do to targets, it's even on the techniques page at www.gangstalking.com that this campaign cannot work against the target, or it's extremely harder to work against the target unless the target is isolated. They infiltrate their target's families, their friends, their circle friends, and they, if the target is attempting to make friends with somebody else, they'll see who they're talking to. I walk away from them. They approach the person I was talking to and tell them lies about me, and so therefore if I ever see that person again, they won't even have a conversation with me anymore. They'll find excuses why they gotta walk away. That's how they keep targets isolated. They also intercept emails, phone calls, they reroute phone calls, and that's all over the techniques page at gangstalking.com as well. So when you have somebody who is totally isolated, and sex is a human being function, everybody knows it, and then when you got somebody who's subjecting you and stimulating you sexually, neurally, while having extremely sexually provocative people sit next to you and engage in sexually provocative behavior to keep that sexual stimulation going. And it literally gets to the point to where you can literally, they sexually stimulated me on Stebbin to the point to where I literally could not sit still. I know that sounds crazy, but it was actually traumatic, but it's the truth, okay? So why did they do that? Well, let me ask you a question. What do most adults do when they're extremely, horny? What do? They look for somebody to have sex with. Well, if you got somebody isolated and is not in a relationship, where might they go to look for somebody to have sex with them? Especially when they're sexually stimulated to the point to where they can barely handle it, because that's literally the powerfulness of this technology. And it literally even states it in the remote neural monitoring file that's online at www.freedomfromcovertharassment that it's got the capacity to sexually stimulate you. They were literally putting people that were extremely attractive and very, very, very well built to sit right next to me in tight clothes to keep that sexual stimulation going. So what were they hoping I would do? Go to an environment where it might be possible to meet somebody and have a one-night stand? And then where did they show up afterwards? People who actually hosted the sexual stimulation to begin with? Yes, they did. And I did not end up being with anybody that night, and nothing happened that night, but that was only because I took care of myself. That literally happened on the University of San Diego campus in the library in September. Literally. And I swear this on my soul, and even though I'm not supposed to swear because I'm a Christian, I'm only supposed to say yay or nay if something happened. I say yay. I can look you straight in the face today and tell you that this literally happened to me. The whole goal is to try and break down targets and what they're going through as a result of what's happening to them as a result of being a target of organized stalking, also called gang stalking. Now, I've already shown this book in some of the previous videos that I've made. Where'd I set it at? Crap. Oh, well, anyways, I don't need to show it to you again because it's already in the previous videos, but the previous couple last videos that I made on a different memory card has this, okay? I took this and made a photostatic copy of it, a copy of it, and this is it right here, and it shows it better. It literally says it, Stanford Houses. The woman's name was Sandy Carnes, and she is literally infested within, she's literally even going to school for criminal justice, believe that or not. Why? Because they're literally infested within the system. That's how they operate. So what more can I say? My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a good person. I'm a decent person. I engage literally in no illegal activity whatsoever. I never have. The only times I've ever been arrested was for stealing some ham in a grocery store when I was homeless, and that happened back in the early 90s. And then I went to go steal about $20 or $30 worth of groceries after they pulled something that caused me to be broke. Literally. I don't mean to laugh. It's just that when I do that, I've already seen my YouTube videos of when I've done that before, and it was so cute, I started laughing. So it made me think about it. But I don't do nothing wrong. I don't do nothing wrong every single day. The only thing I am doing right now is literally trying to survive what's happening to me. Okay. What am I going to do right now? I'm going to show you. I made I contacted the Internal Affairs Department in San Diego, and I made a printout of those emails. I gotta hurry up and try and condense this because it's starting to get long. Alright, where are they? Alright, let's see where we got them here. I had to black out the section of these copies of these emails because I did not want my email addresses to be seen on YouTube, and here they are. This right here is Attention Internal Affairs, Emails of Notification, Leslie Williams. It shows the guy's name of Internal Affairs is Joe Horta at San Diego, California.gov. It was made on November 16th, 2011. Attention Internal Affairs, and it shows that it's 13 pages long. Why is it 13 pages long? I'm getting ready to explain it. This one right here is 10 pages. It's basically the one that Alright, now the one right here that was sent to Laura Zizzo, who's the detective that was supposed to handle the report number 11039820 in reference to me being brutally attacked on the MTS bus, she's the detective that was assigned to that. I went to the San Diego Police Department on 5 different occasions, maybe even 6, to attempt to report to them that I was a target of gang stalking. On all 6 occasions, including with my physical meeting that I had with Laura Zizzo, they would not take any information or any report in reference to me being a target of gang stalking. Why? Because I was a gang stalking target here in 2006, and I have emails to prove that as well, and they are already, some of them are already on memory cards that need to be downloaded to YouTube. Now, understand this. What this is right here to Laura Zizzo is an email that was emailed to her, and part of that email to her was a copied and pasted section of an email that was sent to the Department of Justice, California Governor, for Victim Services. They replied to the email by telling me I need to go to, it says, Ms. Williams, if you believe you're a victim of a crime, you need to report the crime to the law enforcement in the jurisdiction where it occurred. Well, that contacting them was about the October 10th assault. So I went to the police department of where that's in the jurisdiction of where the crime happened at. The jurisdiction of where the crime happened at, which is the San Diego Eastern Division, San Diego Police Department. So what I did was I made a 10-page email illustrating what gang stalking is, since they would not take physical reports of it at all. So what I did was I went online and I typed in a bunch of links concerning what gang stalking is in reference to even the Gang Stalking Confesses Manifesto that I have showed already, literally showed, that's in my YouTube comment links and my blogs and everything, which is the manifesto of a true gang stalker who went offline and typed in who they are, what they're about, who they're connected to, and how they operate. He then downloaded it to a USB drive, went to an internet cafe and posted it online, and it's all over the internet. So this is 10 pages here. 10 pages of links and everything that show what gang stalking is, YouTube videos, everything. 10 pages long that show YouTube videos about what gang stalking is and how they operate. Civic organizations and other organizations that advocate for targets like me that I can't even get through to by my phone because they've hacked into my phone. They've literally hacked into 2 phones. I just bought a second one a couple days ago. Okay, and the very first link is right here. That was linked in the 10-page email to Laura Zizzo, and it's right here. It literally got a YouTube address that shows. Okay, let's see, which one is it? It's this one right here. That one, right? Let's see. I can't have a hard time. All right, this one right here. HTTP. That YouTube video right there can be found online by going to YouTube and typing in gang stalking, bullying on steroids. It's from an individual who was being gang stalked in Chula Vista, and he lucked out and got a hold of a police officer that's not syndicated. And they did a news broadcast on the news, okay, literally showing what was happening to him, and also showing that these Chula Vista police were advocating for him, okay. Well, that was on the news. See, the San Diego police, when I went down there in the previous occasions, were trying to tell me they'd never heard of gang stalking, they don't know what it is, even though I asked some of them how long they'd been police officers, and one of them said 20 years. You're going to try and really tell me that he didn't know about gang stalking when there's multiple victims right now in San Diego? Type in at YouTube, gang stalking in San Diego, and you're going to eventually scroll down and you're going to find some YouTube videos of a Sylvia L., I think her last name is Morales, or something like that. She's another fellow gang stalking female target here in San Diego. They're doing the same thing to her, intercepting her phone calls, intercepting her mail, and having her gang stalked on buses. Doing the same exact thing to her that I'm experiencing. So don't tell me for a second that it hasn't been proved to Laura Zizzo that gang stalking exists. And then when I finally met her physically, she told me that she did not have the time and would not review one thing on this 10-page email that I sent her. And Internal Affairs has never contacted me back in reference to the same exact information that was copied and pasted and put into this was sent to Internal Affairs, and they have not contacted me at all either.